What's up, YouTube? Cryocore Gaming here, Cryocore Digital here, or Alan, and I'm gonna be showing you guys today how to record gameplay with Roxio Game Capture HD Pro for the PS3 and Xbox 360. This isn't specifically for this capture card in general. It's for pretty much any capture card that's similar to this. If it has the component cables and HDMI, then this method should work perfectly for you. So this is for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. I'll be showing you both. First off, we're going to be showing you the PS3 because that's a lot more, it's a little bit more of a task than the 360. So for the PS3, first thing you need is and sadly it does not come with the HD Pro. It does come with the regular, not the HD Pro, are the component cables, double-ended component cables. We have the this is the audio, and these are the components. So it's the blue, green, and red cables, if you didn't know. It's because PS3 cannot naturally record with HDMI unless you can bypass HDCP, which is technically illegal. Then this is the only way you can record on PS3. PS4 cannot do this because PS4 is only HDMI. So this method will not work for PS4 until the later update where they remove HDCP, which is with HDMI only. So let's get started. So you can get your capture card, and a good first step is to make sure you're all hooked up. You have your USB to power your Roxio. You have your drivers installed on your computer. With this capture card, it comes with a software on CD, so you can plug it into your computer, use the code, whatever. If you don't have it, you could find it online on YouTube, but it's not guaranteed to work. It should work, but hopefully you have your CD and stuff. If you don't, you can find loopholes. It's just a little bit harder to find, but I recommend they use the CD because it's pretty much the best quality you can get with the Roxio Game Capture HD Pro. So before anything, you need, this is for the PlayStation 3, you need this in order to record for the Roxio Game Capture HD Pro. Otherwise, you can't do it. This is similar to the composite cables with the yellow, white, and red, except it's component. So it pretty much it's high definition, up to 1080i, 720p. It doesn't go up to 1080p. It can, but Roxio won't support this with 1080p. It can support HDMI for 360, but so you need this. You basically just plug this into the back of your PS3, and then you take these. You make sure it's where it says video. I don't know if you can see that, video input. It says it right there. This means from whatever device, 360 or PS3. This also works 360 because the Xbox 360 does have these. So if you don't have an HDMI, you could use this. This is an alternative for 360, but for 360 I recommend HDMI. So for PS3 again, you simply want to look here. These three are the components. So we'll plug in blue to blue, red to red, green to green. Again, don't get the component with audio confused. So plug these into the audio and make sure they're the input, not output, input. It'll tell you right here. So make sure they're all plugged in well. It's pretty good. Now what I'll simply do is take my Roxio, place it somewhere around here, I guess, not too far away from my desktop, so the USB can reach. I'll take this, and then my PlayStation 3 is right there, so I'll go around the back and plug it in, and that there is plugged into the back. Yours may be all in one, your composite and audio. Mine comes separately, but don't worry, it'll still pick up audio and video, and it'll all be synced. We'll start off with the audio jack. So these will be the outputs of the Roxio Game Capture. Pretty much two of these will be in my TV, and another two will be in the Roxio. So first I'll plug it into the TV real quick. Right here in the back, hope that's enough lighting. You'll see the component cables right here, and then red and white for audio. So red to red, white to white. There you go. Your audio is hooked up to your TV, so you will hear gameplay from your TV like always. Now, take these two audio ones, plug it in to where it says output. If I wish this camera could focus, output. So make sure it's not the red one there. Make sure it's those two, the audio ones. Right there. So we're almost done setting up the annoying messy wire part. So now we'll take the component cables. Again, we'll plug these into the back of my TV. This is, make sure you don't get the colors confused. This is blue. We'll plug into blue. And then red to red. Then green to green. And I'm pretty much almost hooked up. Now, just like the audio, plugs into the output. So we're almost done. So this is all hooked up. Whatever. Now plugging the USB. This end goes into the Roxio. It should be on. It's on this side. And that's that. Now you just plug this into your computer. So I turn on my TV. Currently it's set to my Verizon top box. I'm just gonna change the input. If you were playing on HDMI earlier, you're gonna have to do with this. On my TV it says composition, or no, component. If you usually play on HDMI and you just recently switched to this, that means you're going to have to do an extra step with your PS3. So here's the power button. You're gonna want to hold it. That's one beep. When you hear the second beep, let go. Right there. I just let go of it. And then it'll kind of reset your PS3 to not recognize the HDMI. Otherwise you won't see picture unless you do that. That's pretty important. Remember to do that if you switch from HDMI to component or composite. And then it'll look pretty bad. The aspect ratio will be off and it'll be at like 360p or something like that. So let me take my controller. Here we are right now. This isn't the best quality. So what we want to do is we want to go to settings, where it says display settings. Right here. You want to click X. Then where it says video output settings. It's important. So currently it's at 480i. It's thinking it's that right now. Just go up to component and D terminal, and those are the component cables that we plugged in. Change. That's me. Alright. So you want to click yes. It's asking you if you want to accept this setting, so just click yes. And now we have all of these resolutions. I'd say highlight everything besides 1080p. So if a game doesn't support 1080p, it'll run it at 720p, or if not 720p, 480p. And I just got a message from a friend, of course. So we want to click X or right, and it'll change the settings, and now we have much higher quality, which is great. So you want to click yes again. And we're pretty much done for the video. Now set audio output settings. It's usually on that, and that's what you want, because that's just the audio. You just click X again, and you're all set. So that's pretty much how you get it set up on your TV, so you can see the highest quality. Now we'll move on to PC. Alright, now we're on the desktop of my PC. So make sure you have your Roxio HD Game Capture HD Pro program installed. Very important. Make sure your drivers are set up. Make sure drivers are installed successfully. Simply want to double click the software. Wait for it to load. This is when all of our things on the TV is connected and set up and everything. So make sure what I showed you earlier is already done. It's pretty easy. Now this can also capture and edit. So if you don't have editing software, you can easily use this. It can live stream to Twitch as well too, I believe. And we'll click on capture because we want to record it. I use other editing programs, but you can use it. It does the job. You know, you can also do voiceovers, commentaries, but not live commentary. That's the only thing. So see, you can also do live stream and just start capture. So we have this. Now let's show you how it's done on the PS3 at least. There's a delay between your TV and this screen right here, probably a second or two. It's not horribly bad, but you really don't want to be playing on that on your desktop. So now our source is our Roxio Game Capture HD Pro, obviously. We want to go to options. We want to make sure this is set to at least HD 720p or 1080i. Usually you have this option when games support 1080i like natively, but usually you'll see because once you run a game, this will all refresh. I'll show you. So right now I have 1080i. Click OK. I'm not going to record it, but that's what it's set to. Prefix is just the name of your recording. I'll call it testing, and then for me it'll save it to my desktop. Our quality, you can set it higher, but the higher you set the quality, obviously the larger the file. So see, video bit rate means 15,000 kilobytes per second of recording. So it means every second you're recording, that's pretty much 15 megabytes. So it's 15 megabytes a second. So it's going to be a pretty large file. If you have a hard drive big enough, you're fine to do with maximum quality. You should probably delete the raw file after you're done video editing. But yeah, so if you want this to be lower, you can set it to 10,000, 9,000, but that means the quality will be just a little bit lower. Not anything too big, but if you want maximum quality, here we go. You can do side things like, well, settings. This is what the video will save as M2TS file. You can set capture length to whatever you want. You can make it 30 minutes, and then it'll stop recording automatically. Or you can just set it off and leave that alone. If we start capturing, we'll have all of this. You can if you have headphones on in your computer, you can hear it. This is the volume of the recording once it records. If you want the game volume to be low or high, it's up to you. I usually keep it in the middle. This right here, mute preview audio. If you don't want to hear this, if you're on Skype with someone, and because there'll be a slight delay between the two, if you don't want to hear this, just click that and you won't hear it. We're recording now. We're recording at 1080i. So if we go to a game, let's choose one of these. What do I have? A game that'll load quickly. That's PlayStation All Stars. I'll cut to it once it's done loading. Actually, let me show you, see if it'll do it here. Alright, you saw that blue screen right there? That will cut the recording because it just changed the source. I think this only happens on PS3. I don't think it happens on Xbox. But it'll do that. It'll load. So you really want to start recapturing once you've opened the game. I really don't recommend going from the menu and then into a game. You should record once you're in the game. Oh, I guess it ended up crashing this time. It doesn't usually do that, but sometimes it will. So I'll just close the program real quick and just restart it. So we make sure this is on component because we're recording from component, not HDMI. If you click HDMI, it just will go away and it won't work. So now that we're in game, now we don't have the 1080i option anymore. It's only HD 720p and 480p. So I recommend clicking the 720p. And that's the maximum quality you can record for certain games. It depends what the certain game's native quality is. If it's 480p, it'll only record in 480p. It's just what the game itself is on. If this game could run at 1080p, it would record 1080p no problem. Usually on Xbox you can record 1080p because of HDMI. But this is for the PS3, and it's fine because the PS3 this is all you need, 720p. So I'll start recording. So this is pretty much it, what I'm doing right now. I'm recording this game at 720p. Some person keeps trying to invite me, and depending on the game as well, it'll record at 60 frames a second. So like I found out that this game likes to record at 60 frames a second, and so does Call of Duty and just games that really look smooth. Like right now, watching it looks really smooth on my screen, on my computer. If you're playing a game like Grand Theft Auto 5 or a Battlefield, it'll most definitely record at 30 frames a second, because those games don't go any higher than 30 frames. So that's pretty simple. That's how you record a game. You just gotta make sure that whenever you start a game, that you check this and make sure, because sometimes it has set me automatically on 480p and I didn't realize it, and you just really want to know that. So that's pretty much how you set it up for the PS3. Now, unfortunately, I just realized my Xbox 360 battery pack does not work, and on Xbox I really can't show you anything on how to record it, but I can still tell you and show you how to. I don't have a charger for that too. I need a new controller in general. So you need 2 HDMIs for your Xbox 360. I have 2 right here. It's pretty simple. I'm not even going to show you if you already watched the PS3. It's pretty simple and similar. HDMI. Plug one into your Xbox 360. You get the other end, and you plug it into your similar to the PS3, your input. So the HDMI and the input, that's right over here for me. Just plug that in, and there, it goes from here to the Roxio. So once that's plugged into there, as long as you select the HDMI option in the Roxio Game Capture program, you should see it on your computer. Now you take your other HDMI cable, plug it into the output, just plug it in right there. You know, whatever. If you have an Elgato, you know, it's the same thing. They're pretty. All HD capture cards are pretty similar. So there's always an input and output. You gotta understand the input is usually the source. It comes from the source. So this is the source from 360 to Roxio. The output is just to get video on your TV. So from HDMI to your second HDMI to your TV, and then you will see it on your TV. That's pretty much that. You set the HDMI option on the program, you set it to 1080p to record, and you just record. It's all pretty self-explanatory. It's very simple. I recommend Roxio a lot. Obviously there's Hapag HD PVRs, there's Elgatos, there's Blackmagic Intensities, there's a bunch. I chose this one. The price is really good. I got it for $120, brand new, back in October. It's April now, and I'm pretty sure you get up to like $100. And used or new, as long as you get the CD for it and the code, you're all set. You need for the PlayStation 3, it's a bit of a hassle, but I usually do all my recording on my PS3 anyway. That's pretty much that. Thanks for watching. I hope I showed you guys how to record gameplay from your consoles using an HD capture card. I hope you enjoyed. Like, favorite, and subscribe for more videos, more tutorials, and I will also link an EasyCap / Dazzle tutorial, which is pretty much standard definition, but you can also use it with PS3s and Xbox 360s and PS1, PS2, Nintendo 64, GameCube, Xbox Original, all that. With that video, it was originally on my old channel. I'm gonna re-upload it here actually, and I think I was like 12 or 13 when I made that video. Hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for watching.